Just talking you through a typical hypertrophy session today. This is 2 weeks back off cycle. That is a repeat off cycle. Does that mean you've got to drop your poundage? Does that mean you've got to drop the intensity? No, I would advise you use this time to change things up a little bit, to introduce new ideas, new concepts, new movements from different angles, different rep speeds and cadences. Not necessarily overdoing it with the training, but keeping the strength you gained. That is the main muscle tissue, and doing just enough to stimulate over the top of that, so that in 8 to 10 weeks or whatever you decide to go back on, you're in a prime position to get those wheels spinning. Unilateral tend to use these, as this machine in Snap Fitness actually offers the most resistance, and that is the pec, the right side, where half the pec is missing. I tend to sort of squeeze and retract at the throttle of the car, in and out. See the midline of the body? Try to come across it, and a slight squeeze when you're there. Obviously the higher you put your hand, or the hand positioning, the more upper chest you're going to be hitting, but it's predominantly outer chest. The lower, towards the abdomen, you're going to be hitting a little bit of the lower portion of the chest, more like a decline movement. But this is a good little pre-exhaust. We're going to do plenty of sets and reps, additional work week in, week out, but also keeping the heavy stuff in there. The heavy stuff is the flat bench, which we've developed up to just under 4 plates with half a pec missing. So we're going to try to maintain 160 to 170 throughout this phase, this transitional phase. Transition doesn't mean reduction, it doesn't mean regression, it just means change. Yeah, we can see it across the midline of the body. Take it to failure and repeat the other side. And try and control the eccentric, squeeze it in and hold that slight contraction at the top, so the middle upper chest portion, the pectorals, are getting fully stimulated. Showing you a little bit more of the full workout today, because we're not just doing the power based stuff. That's it, take it to failure. We then did, I think, 3 sets of these, total of about 50 reps per arm. We're going to show you the whole thing, but it's more continuous tension, more explosive, not so much power based, which comes in near the end. We've done 3 of these sets back to back, no rest in between. Same with the unilateral cable crosses. Just put the next weight on, rep out, next weight on, rep out. Forget about the weight on the bar. Go for the stimulus, go for the feeling, go for the burn. But we are keeping one compound movement in, which you'll see shortly. Still ends up with a nice clean 161 and 166.25, very comfortable. We're still in the 170 to 180 range all day long. But this is what is going to now develop a thicker, fuller look hypertrophy, while reducing or coming off cycle. Kicking off with the bar, 20 kilos, still hitting pause pressing, controlled. Second set, 40 kilos, nice and controlled, keeping the reps below that 8. So this is still based in the power band of 1 to 3 rep stuff, but not failure. A rate to perceived exertion of 8 out of 10 today. So the 166.25 went nice and flew up. We could have pushed boundaries and limits and hit 170 to 180, but it's all about using a bit of common sense as well, especially while off cycle. This is 100, This is 125. Nice, steady, controlled. 145. Good, long pause, control. 161. Same again. Bar was set a bit too high there, so we reduced it. That's 166. Nice long pause. That comes in a bit early.